When it comes out, you've got to read it. What a story of family. It's currently called Yet Okay Family. Next, I'd like to introduce Emily Jane Steinberg, who is the newest member of our workshop and has proven herself to be absolutely irreplaceable and an inexhaustible presence of joy and support and wisdom. And before she comes up, I'd like to remember that Mother's Day was initially created during World War I as an activist protest against the loss of sons by the mothers. And so in its spirit, we are all transforming our world and mothers to our world. Amen.
I think this might be the first time I started a poetry reading and I'm crying before I start to read. This first poem is a poem about my mother. I've been under Abe's care in our circle, writing my way through a lot of familial healing the past few weeks. Whatever power once was, whatever power once was over, whatever power once was over you is over now. When you say to me, I remember every time. I remember every time I raised my hand. I remember every time I raised my hand to you. And I'm sorry. You say, I thought, compared to what? Compared to what I lived through? Compared to what I lived through in my childhood, this is nothing. You want to see abuse? I'll show you. And your hand came down. Straight from your stepfather to me, one steel-toed generation to another. His were kicking you. Mine were kicking free. The simple act of breaking. Breaking bread. Water breaking. Breaking off as icebergs calve their young into the warming sea. You brought me here under pressure. Unexpected. Unavoidable. Unprepared. You brought me here to heal. You brought me here to heal yourself. You brought me here to heal me. My second piece is about my father, and as empowering as I've found it to be to write strength into my mother that I can't always see, I've been mothering myself through a long process with my dad, which isn't finished yet. Oppressive, the unshouldered weight of your impotence builds and surrounds us while you cling to innocence. Skies thunder closer with thick atoms, smashing the storm clouds start clapping, the tree branches snapping, the lightning unlatches the darkness inside. For a moment, I see you. Then weakness collides into danger while you rearrange our familial connection, withdraw the extension, familiar conventions undone, till the only thing left us is tension. Thunderclaps roll, the air vibrates with vibrance, the earth speaking freely while you dwell in silence. Remind us, say something, or aren't you the father, the farther, the further, the wordless deserter, afraid of your shadow, afraid of conviction? You turn on your children and cling to your fiction. Read my lips, hear my words, feel my voice, taste my diction. Barely a space between foreground and background, opinions and facts, how to live this or back down. I can't, and I won't trade in braveness for blindness. You could, but you don't try to save this with kindness. And by saving, I much more mean you than myself, for it's you that you're losing to somebody else. While the storm wreaks its havoc inside your own house, the mere threat of your panic eclipses your doubts, leading you to betray us to somebody else. And you're doing this all in the name of your spouse? So now I'm the one, powerless, except for my prayers, that I one day forgive you for all these errors, that along you and with you we right what's not fair, that your children can once again claim what is theirs. So if I set the future adrift from the past, and I forego your shortfalls and forgive your ass for the choices you've made by not choosing to listen, not choosing to think, not choosing decisions that serve you if only because they unnerve you, well, I still deserve you. The you that you've lost to a fear of revision. I want that you back, and you need him. So listen. I know that it's in you, for all creatures have it. The seed of new learnings, the chance for new habits. To be almost found equals totally lost. I will pray to absolve you no matter the cost, but after the storm comes rebuilding, not silence, comes filling, not violence, comes willingness, smiles, and the strength to admit that some actions need changing. If you want your kids back, then now, start rearranging your life and its meaning. It's time for spring cleaning. The storm clouds are clearing. The light is revealing. There are branches you've broke in our family tree, but the roots still run deep and the stop still flows free. So take this as an invite to come speak with me.